Welcome back. As a teenager, your skin is changing, and it can be hard to keep up with all of the social media trends and influencer hype. Board-certified dermatologist Dr. Julia Carroll and her teen daughter Abby join us now. And Dr. Carroll, what's the biggest issue you're seeing with skincare in teens right now?
Well, I think it's all the marketing that's being thrown at teens. So whether it's marketing from companies or just the pressures from TikTok influencers and even their peers, they always want to get on the latest, greatest, but it's not necessarily what's best for their skin.
Yeah, especially in a 30-second TikTok video. They're going fast, they're fast forwarding, they might be skipping steps. So take us through what a good, healthy skincare routine should look like for a teenager.
Right, so it should be really simple. So you just want to start with a cleanser, very important, and it should be a gentle cleanser. And then the next, there's a little small medium step in there. So if you're using a prescription maybe you got from a dermatologist or your family doctor for acne, or you have a particular problem like you're extra dry or you have pigmentation, this is where a serum or a treatment would go in. But for a lot of people, they don't need that. So moisturizer, maybe a serum, or sorry, cleanser, serum, and then see, it's even complicated for me. And then a moisturizer, and then follow it up with a sunscreen. That's an absolute must.
A daily. You need sunscreen on the daily.
Every day. I put it on this morning when it was pitch dark outside before I got here.
And this is, again, when you see the influencers who are pitching a $300 toner, a $400 serum, you don't need that kind of stuff.
You don't need 10 steps, and you don't need $300, $400 products.
That's important. So, Abby, have you ever been on TikTok, Instagram, and fallen for maybe a skincare hype that didn't live up to it?
Yes, definitely. The package is pretty. It guaranteed instant results, but then I later found out that the influencer who was promoting it didn't know anything about skin, and she was being paid to promote it. And it was too much for my skin, there was too much fragrance, it was harsh, and it didn't work for me.
Yeah, and that's the point we're trying to make here, Dr. Carroll, is that really, these teenagers are seeing things, they get excited about it, they see results, but they're not listening to the experts, the people who know these products inside and out.
Right. So, it's very hard, I think, for people to tease apart who's an expert and who's not. And then just because something works for one person doesn't mean it's going to work for your skin type. So, and there's a lot of money being thrown behind this. So you always have to ask the answer or the question why, and people will also throw ingredients that as dermatologists we love under the bus. Retinols, even sunscreen. There's a lot of sunscreen bashers out there.
Yeah, retinol, that ingredient we hear a lot of. What is it good for us? Is it bad for us? From the expert, what is retinol?
Yeah, it's kind of a complicated one because retinol is a type of vitamin A cream, and we use it as dermatologists in its prescription format for acne. So if a teen is a little bit acne prone, retinol would actually not be a bad ingredient for them, but if they're using it as a beauty product, it's not something they don't need for their skin, so it's too much.
Abby, do you have a favorite product right now that you're using?
Yes, recently I've been using pimple patches. They're like a really easy solution and they don't take a while. I like to do a medicated one and then a fun one like a star or a smiley face on top.
Okay, yeah. With your mom being a dermatologist, do you appreciate the advice? Is it a little too much sometimes? Obviously, she wants you to have the best skin possible. You got great skin. So what's that like having a mom who's a dermatologist?
It definitely can be helpful sometimes. I love when she gets me new products, makes me a routine, but then she starts talking about the ingredients and I'm completely lost.
Yes, it gets a little technical, doesn't it? Dr. Carroll, when we talk about products that every teen should be using, you mentioned sunscreen.
Right.
Can we hammer home the importance?
Yeah.
Can we ever talk about sunscreen too much?
It doesn't seem that we can. So I think sunscreen going into spring, it's an absolute must all year long, but it's a great time to make that new habit. And for some, I think we were talking about it off air, if you have a moisturizer that has sunscreen in it, that might be a good at least first step, as long as it has at least an SPF 30 in it and you're putting on the right amount.
Now, when it comes to the regulation of products and what goes into the products, how important is it to read the label and know what you're putting on your face works for you?
Well, I mean, again, I think that's really confusing because some things will say dermatologist tested or dermatologist backed, but one of the things you can do is look for the logo of the Canadian Dermatology Association, and that's a product that's been vetted by us as an organization of dermatologists.
Okay, very important. All right. cleanser.
Yes.
Serum if you need it.
Yes.
Moisturizer.
Yes.
Sunscreen.
You got it.
Do not forget the sunscreen. It is just that simple to get that great skin. Abby, Dr. Carroll, thank you so much for coming in. Really appreciate it. We're going to put all this up on our website as well. Make sure you stay with us. We got more to come here on CHCH Morning Live.
Awesome.